All right, so Bant Flash. This is a tempo deck. Aside from, and tempo for people who are not familiar is magic jargon that stands for aggro control. So this is a deck that has some aggressive stances with these creatures, but it also has a lot of interaction. As far as tempo deck goes, this deck's probably closer to the control than the aggro side of the spectrum. Shalai or Lyra out of the sideboard for red matchup seems okay too. Lyra would give Angel of Grace lifelink, which seems potentially very, very good. We played this deck a little bit yesterday. I was live for 11 hours yesterday. We played 7 different standard decks, and I'm excited to play this one again a little bit more again today. So let's dive into some matches, shall we? Took tempo to mean trades card advantage for velocity. Yeah, a lot of that's a common theme with a lot of tempo decks. So, hey, 1.5 years. Good to see you bask in the joy of Judith. Here's money for the Bezo man. Thank you. There is, someone just added 5 colorless back to my queue. Someone asked, what's the difference between tempo and mid-range? So, mid-range decks, the best way I can describe what a mid-range deck means for you is that a mid-range deck is a deck that involves role assessment, I like to call it. So a mid-range deck is a deck that when you're playing against control, it's going to take an aggressive role, and when you're playing against aggro, you're going to take a more controlling role. I definitely think you could probably classify what this deck is doing in a similar vein to mid-range, and there's a lot of overlap in the Venn diagrams between which decks kind of fall into which keywords. Is a 3-life absorb better than the surveil one, in my opinion? I think it is. I also think, the matches, and this is the more important thing, like, things in Magic often aren't strictly better or strictly worse than other things, so the key thing to think about with regards to absorb is that, let's say you think 3-life and surveil 1 are exactly the same. They're both worth the same amount to you as a player in your deck. Now the thing you need to think about is which matchups are those effects better and worse in. So for example, I think Surveil is better against control and mid-range decks, whereas gaining health is better against aggro decks. So now you want to ask yourself the question, assuming you can cast Absorb and the Surveil counterspell with the same consistency, which of these two things helps the matchup that you have a harder time in? So for instance, I think this deck probably has a harder aggro matchup than it does control matchup, which makes gaining 3 health more meaningful to me than surveilling 1, because the 3 health helps in the matchup that's harder for me. This is an excellent draw. Hallowed Fountain, OP. Thank you for the brand new prep support. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. All right, let's stand up for a little bit, shake it out. Oh, I'm all done eating. I've gobbled my fruit cup. Hope you enjoy the ride. Hope no one has motion sickness. They are missing a land drop. Well, that's sweet. Now, the Drake stacks tend to have a lot of copies of Lava Coil in them, so Angel only having 4 points of toughness here can leave a little bit to be desired. I was just about to say as we were drawing it, we're really hoping to draw an Absorb or a Frilled Mystic here so we can keep this alive, and then the deck delivered. This archetype knows that I love it dearly, so it draws well for me. Yeah, I think Matt's coming by later. I'm not sure what time exactly. There's a chance that by the time he gets here, I'm gonna be about wrapping up because I started early today, and he works a normal job. You're a lizard, Harry. I did not see your message. If I don't respond to your message, I probably missed it. going on, Pinky? Yeah, I'm streaming. We're here 9 to 5. 8 to 4. I'm here 9 to 5 Eastern. I'm here 8 to 4-ish during the week. Central Cornfield time. They have another lava coil. Brutal. That's unfortunate. So they're only at 15. Our opponent stumbled a little bit, but we've got more lands than they do, so there's a chance that they could pull back out of this. It's also worth noting they have an Arclight Phoenix in their graveyard here, so... Mystic Snake with more power, more specifically. Had a chance to update red-white land destruction yet. I've not thought about updating that archetype just yet. Oh, that's tough. I think I do this because I could hit a Quench. Can't quite absorb, though. It's possible that the Quench and Seal Away I spent on their Electromancers earlier were a little bit too aggressive. I'm gonna do this ditching the Temple Garden here, because if I hit another land, I'd like to play it out. We tried Flame of Keld in that deck before Burn Player, and it didn't feel good. You can watch the YouTube videos of us playing it in the past. Don't spell pierce me, please. God bless. I mean, so again, Magic, not all Magic is best of one. So the people saying, do you need more threats in some matchups? Yes, you need more threats in some matchups. That's why there's extra threats in my sideboard. Magic, especially game ones, are about picking and choosing which decks you'd like to beat. How do you deal with it? With the 5 cards in my sideboard that kill it. Surveil 4 is so much Surveil. It's so much Surveil. I agree, Kitty. I like the way the deck is configured at the moment. I currently wouldn't make any changes until I play the deck some more. Oh no, Bacon Bolt, rude. Now, I think discussions like that just aren't meaningful or productive, Candelaire. It's, like, not very useful to talk about. I'm probably gonna have to settle this stupid Phoenix. Just because, like, they have so many Jumpstart cards, it's gonna keep coming back. Didis with the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. This is definitely a matchup where, because they have Phoenixes, it's worse for us than if they didn't have Phoenixes. That being said, post-board, I'm going to have access to 4 Seal-Aways and 4 Settles, so it should be a little bit better for us. What's going on, Scorch? Thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. About what matchups each of the sideboard cards are for, I don't know. This is day 2 of a new set release, and I'm still trying to figure out what cards I want in my sideboard. We don't even know what all matchups I'm going to be playing against. Like, I can estimate, like, kind of what cards I might be playing against based on what decks were popular last season, but I have no idea if those decks are still going to be good and what else is going to pop up in addition to them. It's all just a little bit of guesswork. Hopefully they find a second Phoenix here and put 2 into play so I can settle the wreckage and get rid of 2 of their stupid birds. So, would love to see them jumpstart Radical Idea, ditch a second Phoenix and attack with both here. What's going on, Boomer? I think I just have to settle this. They have a list for the greener monsters deck. Yeah, you can find deck lists for all of the upcoming decks they're going to be playing on stream today in my deck queue. Generally better to hedge against aggro in the main control side. That is correct. And the reason why it's better to generally hedge against aggro in the main is because aggro decks give you less time to stumble and find your answers. I really like the new Shockland art. Though basically this entire cycle are like artwork that I really like. And I have 8 mana in play here, so I can absorb plus Angel of Grace this turn, which is just A+. So hoping to dodge another Beacon Bolt and another Lava Coil here. If they have another Beacon Bolt, I might be in trouble. If they Beacon Bolt this Frilled Mystic, I'm just going to let it resolve. Because I want to save this Absorb to protect my Angel of Grace. Because my Angel of Grace kills them in 2 attacks in the air. Nice, Mattwood. So they have 4 cards in hand, plus 3 Jumpstart cards in their graveyard. They have 2 Radical Ideas and a Beacon Bolt. He's dead, Jim. You got him. So they're bringing back a Phoenix this turn, which is a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Well, that means they're not getting their Phoenix back this turn, so that feels good. The Bant Nexus deck felt incredibly underwhelming yesterday. So that's a great draw, because it means even if they kill this one, I'll have another lethal attacker. I don't know if we need to answer more creatures. For people asking me about just like specifics about the deck, the actual answer is I don't know. It's all guesswork. I'm almost as lost as you are. I've played a lot of Magic, but like experience like can't be replaced. There aren't shortcuts in Magic. You need to work hard and figure things out. Yeah, we played Depose Deploy yesterday. I actually started with 4 of them, and it was really underwhelming, and I was pretty disappointed with it. What is our turn? That's our turn is the time that we use to attack the opponent, but do nothing else usually. Okay. They attack with both of these birds, they're dead. Which, I think it makes sense for them to attack with both birds because it's a 2-turn clock. This card's been absurd. Someone commented yesterday asking me what we do in the face of Tecatli on our guard. And I said, well, you really don't care for the most part because Angel of Grace is just good because it's a 5/4 flying with flash. Like, the trigger on this card has been relevant a couple of times, but often you're just playing this card because it's a 5/4 flying flash. So we need to dodge Beacon Bolt and Lava Coil here. We also need to dodge them cantrip into cantrip into cantrip. That's really bad for us. So, land, please. They discarded a Drake. That's not good, because Drake could have blocked here, so they drew Discovery, which is going to get them back both Phoenixes. This is a pretty good sequence for them. Alright, they just milled over 2 bricks. They do get to get their birds back, though. They got rewarded for being super conservative. I kept the land in my hand, not only so we could bluff a little bit, but also because if I draw another Chemisters in sight, I want to have a card to discard to jumpstart. So, no reason to attack in here. Don't really want to trade my Angel of Grace for 2/3/2s that'll come back eventually. Any of these are exiled. I have 2 Angels down over here, too. What does attack mean? Does attack mean shock or something stupid? think I'm supposed to take the no blocks here. This means they have another Phoenix. Cast unsummon. I wonder if it means they have dive down. This could be dive down. Oh, it meant they had shock. Okay, it meant they had shock and they wanted to block plus shock. It meant the same thing that the attack meant, right? Like I read they had shock on the attack. That makes sense. Makes their sequence makes a lot of sense now. If I stop and think about it for a hot second, it makes a lot of sense. All right, bunch of seal aways, crushing canopy, plummet, extra this, extra these. What am I trimming here? I think I want to be less counterspell based post board here, and I just want to like play just kill all your stuff, just like mono kill all the things. They are two separate triggers. Do I want to cut Teferi? Yeah, maybe Teferi's the cut. I don't know, like Teferi's a removal spell, right? This actually isn't a terrible idea. I don't think I want two of them, but bringing in one of this is probably fine. Just like thunk. All right, let's do it. See, it doesn't really do anything, right? My opponent's deck also has Drakes in it. The plummet effects are not good against the plummet effects are not good against the Phoenixes, but they are good against the Drakes. Don't link to that Twitter account, please, Jensen. Thank you. I timed you out to quickly remove the link. What have we changed since yesterday? I don't know. You'd have to go back and compare. If you go through my stream decker, all the changes should be there. How much thought do you give to what you expect from your opponent's sideboard when you decide what to bring in against them? That's a good question. So the best piece of advice I could give you, and this is again one of the things that adds nuance and complexity to sideboarding in Magic. One of the things I love about it is that you shouldn't sideboard for the deck you just played against. You need to sideboard for the deck that you're going to be playing against. And a lot of that allows you to leverage experience with the format to understand which direction your opponent's going to be going in. There's a lot of times it's very common for like control decks to board in extra threats because people often want to board out removal spells, or aggressive decks cut some of their aggression and board up so they have some card advantage in their deck. A lot of really small things like that. Do I want to seal this away? I think I want to just use my mana this turn. And if I get like Spell Pierce or Dive Down, like those cards are going to have text at some point anyways. It was the best part about playing Splinter Twin, it really was. Alright, so if they do something scary next turn, we could get in a little bit of trouble, but once I like to get to curve like Mystic into Angel and Dream Eater, we should be in a pretty good spot. Yep, so looking for a plummet or a seal away. This would probably be better as Teferi here, although it's not terrible as is. It's not great. It's not great as Teferi either. It's like pretty bad regardless of which one. I personally like the build of Drakes that doesn't play Phoenixes. It feels a little bit more consistent. It's less explosive, but more consistent, basically, in my experience. I think if they cast a card that draws cards here, I'm going to play Frilled Mystic. Nope, nothing. All right. Sure. The problem with Vivian Reed in this deck is that the number of creatures you need to consistently hit a creature when you +1 your Vivian Reed is much, much higher than the 10 or so creatures I'm playing in this deck. Speed way to kill this before I block. They have like Shock or Shock Lightning Strike, I guess. Like, if this kills the Drake and eats a removal spell, I'm pretty okay with that exchange. I think that exchange is good for me. I think them blinking the Drake is a win for me as well. Yeah, the Mythic Angels do not disappoint. Their animations are really good. I guess they could play like 2 instants here. Deal. That trade was good. Yeah, if they played 2 instants, I'd be a little bit sad, but other than playing 2 instants, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, good luck, Godspeed. Go. Alright. Between Dream Eater and Frilled Mystic, hopefully we can pull this out. Big dumb dinos. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Worth noting, they did Lava Coil my Angel, so I cannot jump back up to 10 with it later. That card does not have Flash. You are correct. They only play 1 Phoenix here. We should be in a pretty okay spot. They do have 1 in their bin, right? They had 2 Phoenixes. I'd be a little bit scared, but just 1 I think we can race okay. We need more Yeva in our lives. Last time we were in Ravnica, I played a Huntmaster Flash deck, because Yeva is great. What? Why did we... What on God's green earth does no attack mean? Yeah, Wolfear Avenger. Yep, Electro Dominance for 6. Yep. Teamer Flash. Did they just misclick? It must have been a misclick, right? You can Electro Dominance him in, that's true. Very, very true. So, if they give me something worth Frilled Mysticing, we're Frilled Mystic. Otherwise, we'll end step Dream Eater. No, this application is never going to have the terrible Magic Online economy. If you are looking for the ability to gamble online, you're going to be incredibly sad. Oh, Nifmazet. Be a shame if I had a 6-drop of my own, huh? So, I keep the seal away here, because it seals away the bird. And then next turn, casting Nifmazet isn't good enough to live. So, casting Niv isn't good enough to live, so we'll just keep the Frilled Mystic up because it lets us counter something that's not Niv Mizzet that could let them live. Man, I really wasn't gonna go to the Open next weekend, but I feel like I should, because this deck is awesome. Yeah, I mean, sure. You do you. They're dead even if they have dived down. I'm only playing SCGs, or am I trying for the PT? What PT? The Pro Tour doesn't exist. You mean the Mythic Championship? Pro Tour. You kids, we don't have Pro Tours anymore. Come on now. Get with the times. Be hip. Ain't nobody got time for Pro Tours. It's the Mythic Championship. What does the Mythic Championship mean? I have no idea, and Wizards might not either, because they haven't announced anything. They did change the name. They've rebranded. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for getting out here today. It's really awesome to see 3,200 people here enjoying Magic the Gathering. Arena is great. The standard format is awesome. Who the heck am I? My name is Jeff Hoagland. I am a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch for Tempo Storm. I stream Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. We play all constructed Magic on this channel, so if you enjoy standard best of 3, this is definitely the place for you. Shout out, as always, to all of my wonderful subscribers. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. They are quite literally the folks that keep me employed. In addition to my subscribers, I'd like to shout out to all of my great sponsors. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series does a $5,000 cash tournament every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, you can also find streaming coverage of their monthly events at twitch.tv/NRG series. Neo provides wonderful candy-flavored protein bars. Using code Hoagland at bit.ly/HoagleBar, you can save 10% on all of your orders there with them. BCWSupplies.com, love to help you protect your very valuable Magic the Gathering cards or their gaming accessories. They do sleeves, deck boxes, binders, and all sorts of other fantastic stuff that you can find there. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. Thanks for dropping by our little slice of the internet. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now, and I appreciate you spending part of your Friday here with us. Remember, if you're enjoying the content, hit the follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. Let you know when I go live and with what. It's great. Yeah, listen, if there's a flash deck that's close to playable in any given format, you better believe that I'm working on it. I have almost the whole collection of the new set, but I can't decide on a deck. I have Memekin. Do you have any recommendations to check out on YouTube? Well, I love this deck. I also think the Gruul variations that we've been working on feel reasonable as well. And we're actually going to, excuse me, we're going to play another Gruul deck after this. 10 out of 10, we broke standard. Oh, no. Speaking of Gruul, before we talk about breaking standard, we should probably consider the fact that we likely can't beat this card. Don't forget to mention the complimentary timeout. What's going on, Equin? Thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So there's 2 plummets in my sideboard right now, and there's a very real chance that another one of those plummets should become a Crushing Canopy, so I have more answers to Rhythm of the Wild, because this card is real good against us. Have you ever considered doing a teamer deck? So this deck and all the decks that we play on this channel are viewer-submitted deck lists. So you're interested in having one of your deck ideas played on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out bit.ly/HoagleSubmit for details on how to do that. Gruul Spellbreaker. This is going to be a 4/4 That's so rude. My Angel of Grace can't eat that in combat. That's true. Binding is an answer as well. I'm going to put this into play because I might play Dream Eater this turn. We'll see. If they attack with both of these, I'm going to go ahead and flash an Angel of Grace and eat this 3/2 for sure. Are bits or PayPal better for donating? The answer is whichever's easiest for you. I live by the motto that accept money from in any way that people are willing to give it to you. So, and this is going to be a good example of like why, one of the reasons why this deck is sweet. While the counterspell part of our deck is turned off, we're pretty fortunate and haven't drawn that half currently, and we're just going to be able to sit here and flash in our angels and race them. Like, this card kills quickly. 5 power evasion is huge. They might make this a 6/6, huh? I'm gonna do some best of 3 drafts. I am not. There are a lot of great people that make a lot of great limited content. My channel is all constructed. Hey, Bing-a-bang Rob, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Can we just like talk about how good 6 mana unsummon is? It's been quite excellent so far today. Pick it up. At least we have a bouncing baby boy. Thunk, thunk. God, 5 power kills so quickly. I should have Dream Eater'd on my upkeep. I didn't do it on my upkeep because I didn't click the stop quick enough. That was good, clean live-in. That was some good, clean live-in. So, Nerd Rage Gaming event. Is the Nerd Rage Gaming event like a Star City Open? It is a large open attendance event. They are 1-day tournaments though, as opposed to 2-day tournaments, but they do have coverage like Star City Games events do. All right, so if I bring in all of these cards, what do I want to cut? I need 3 more cuts here. I think Carnage Tyrant's probably not worth it. I'll leave that for the control matchup. They're going to have enough big enough things on the ground that Carnage Tyrant's not going to get through. Maybe I trim 1 Frilled Mystic. It's like, again, trimming counterspells is good because they probably have 4 Rhythm of the Wild post board. Yeah, I agree. They're going to outclass. I think the games we're winning here involve us getting to our evasive threats like we did that game and then winning in the air while we try and keep them off kilter on the ground. They had a dragon. Is a plummet good if they have a dragon in their deck? How many dragons do we think they're on? They could be playing Phoenix as well. I'm going to cut 1 more Frilled Mystic and bring in 1 plummet. Just because you often board a magic card in doesn't mean it's a card that belongs in your main deck. Likewise, just because you often board a card out doesn't mean it doesn't belong, doesn't mean you should cut that card or put it in your sideboard. So there are such things as cards that are just better game 1 cards or better post-board cards, especially in certain configurations. So like, Teferi helps us race. Teferi is a removal spell that also generates card advantage when we don't need a removal spell. So our curve here is pretty sweet. We get to go growth into Chemister's Insight into 5, and 6. Teferi does also take Rhythm off the table. That being said, like, we're technically not impacting the board till turn 4 here, so this hand is a little slow, but the opponent's start also isn't super fast here. No, I've not thought about that myself, Bloom. That sounds pretty sweet though. I think there's a lot of room to explore different angel shells. I think Black-White Angels has a lot of potential in it too. Having more green shocklands opens up a lot more land war elves potential situations. Man, I really love to draw one of our 4 Settle the Wreckages. What are the odds I die next turn? Low. Hey, look, a distraction.
Sorry, no time for a break.
If they play the Riot Dragon, I am still alive, right? So it would only be 12. Oh, Riot Dragon would have been lethal. Riot Dragon would have been lethal. Would have been exactly 12. I'm gonna get Banefired here. Oh, we're gonna get the +4/+2. That's exactly what this is. Collision Colossus. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. I should have played the Angel. I get it. I get it. Should have played the Angel. I want the more Frilled Mystics on the play. They trade reasonably with their poopers on the ground. I'm gonna cut these stupid Teferis. Listen, Teferi, I cast you and then I died. I'm a little upset right now. I'm confused. We played a spell at our turn. I think I might switch the second plummet to a second Crushing Canopy. The more I think about it, the more I like the flexibility to destroy enchantments. This ain't good enough. It's like 5 lands opt. It's probably not. Dang it, Bobby. Yes! Yes! It is exactly like we drew it up, chat. It's everything we wanted for Christmas. It is everything we wanted for Christmas. They didn't have rhythm either? Gosh. Gosh, what do you get the person who has everything? God bless us, everyone. Yeah, that's a big boy, though. Well, I didn't get the rest of the gifts I wanted, though. A couple of spells would be nice. I just can't let them keep attacking. We are bound to take a loss eventually, right? Twas bound to happen. 'Twas the night before flooding, and all through the house. So, might as well tag Brontodon here, because, like, it's gonna make our binding not be useful. It's gonna kill the Brontodon eventually, so might as well use my mana this turn. We've not played Hellkite. The next deck we're gonna be playing has 4 of it in it, though. We're gonna play red-green monsters in the set after this one. Yes, that's really good. I guess I have 4 copies of Settle the Wreckage in my deck, so like maybe we can have a chance in Sealaways. Need some spells though. Not a creature was stirring because we can't draw one. That's great. I'm gonna use that in the future. A plus 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 plus. Deal. Morning, Captain Jack. Good morning to you, too. Alright, I would like some better options, please. It's a cumulative probability we're guaranteed guess. Look at that! We were owed this, right? We're getting what we're due. That's how this works. Yeah, it was a Colossus bluff. Oh no! Oh no! Chat! Oh no! Oh, chat! Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, chat. We're like the direct talk about Magic and the strategic decision making you have. Keep it up. Thanks, Angry Mooser. Thanks for dropping in the day. Hope you're having a good Friday and a good start to your weekend. Is it better to burn through all the common and uncommon wild cards and stuff we don't have to get vault progress? I mean, if you're never going to use those wild cards, yeah, probably. It turns them from something useless into something that you kind of will eventually use. You know, I had literal hundreds of them. Based on the sample size of one, your Gruul matchup is unwinnable. I think the Gruul matchup's probably hard for this deck. I think there's hopefully things we can do to improve it if I play it a little bit more, but we'll see. How does this deck performing spawn right? I have no idea. If I had to venture a guess, I would guess that that's hard as well. Archetypes like this tend to be good against control, mid-range, and combo decks, and tend to struggle against things that are more aggressive, because they can get under you. They can get things into play before your counter spells are up. Yeah, so for people that are not familiar with that interaction, so Gruul Spellbreaker on my opponent's turn gives the opponent and Spellbreaker hexproof, which means the Settle the Wreckage is not illegal. They're no longer a legal target for the Settle the Wreckage, because Settle the Wreckage targets the player. So Hexbreaker is explicitly a card designed to counter Settle the Wreckage for green-red decks. Yeah, the Mardu aggro deck seemed pretty sweet. I liked the place that we got to. That's fine. I didn't want to cast one of my 2 spells anyways. Ooh. The standard and continues to be some of the most fun Magic I played since I started N13. Me too. I started playing Magic in 2001, and the standard format's been some of the sweetest that I've played. I'm going to try not boarding in the Revitalize, leaving in a couple of Quenches, because Quench can counter Rhythm, which is nice. I might even want all 4 Rhythms on the Quenches. I can see, because on the draw, you can Quench Rhythm if they don't have the Elf on one. Yeah, change the plummet. We did play Artifact Friends. I don't know that the list that we played specifically was super cohesive, but we learned some neat things, so it's a worthwhile set of games. History of Benalia plus Teferi is real good. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Growth Spiral. Card has exceeded expectations so far. Adds a little bit of consistency because it draws a card so you see some more of your deck. And getting up to your 4 mana spells ahead of curve is very potent. Every time you say you've been playing since 2001, I think that was a few years ago. And then I realized it was 18, right? We're old. A long, long time ago. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Where are my lands? Was I supposed to keep this opt? This opt give me like 1 extra look at a land, I guess. Conceded my lands away last game. Basically. Sundering Shaman. Man, cards that make Seal way less good. I think Rhythm's great. This card's very good. We're going to be playing a Gruul Monsters deck, so red-green Monsters deck up next. And Rhythm was very impressive in the list we played yesterday. I'm gonna take their Sundering Shamans out of play here. Let's just make sure those aren't going to be happening to my enchantments. So we're going to settle these 2 creatures, and then we're going to untap an Ixalan's Binding Vivian. Sure. The Grixis Conjecture deck was kind of underwhelming. I don't even know if that's a hot take, Average Bloom. It's very, very good. I don't know anybody that's been talking about it not being very good. So, next turn, I get to seal away plus Chemister's Insight here. And then we'll untap an Ixalan's Binding the Vivian. If they put another creature into play here and attack with 2 creatures, I will just Settle the Wreckage them again. Goodbye, friends. It's interesting that they didn't plus the Vivian. I guess that if they hit a creature with the Vivian, they can't play it this turn anyways. One of the nice things is that Angel of Grace actually gives us a way to play around Banefire. Oh, they're probably gonna shoot this, right? That's what's about to happen.
How this thing goes is up to you, pal.
Really?
Come
Okay.
to me.
Deal. Oops, oops, indeed. Oops, oopsie. I think Cindervines is really good. We had 3 Cindervines in the sideboard of the deck we played yesterday. And it was really great. Honestly, I think, if I recall in our wrap-up segment, I was like, I would play a 4th Cindervines because it was that good. So for people wondering why they're not playing this, Ixalan's Binding locks them out of playing it. Coffee's for closers, and Angel of Grace is all about getting herself a cup of joe. They are at 23, so this card's going to close out pretty quick. And on the back of Chemister's Insight here, we're probably going to be able to punch through. I'm actually not going to play this land out because I would like to jumpstart this this Chemister's Insight by discarding it. Do you think the new Pseudo-Bolt or the second champion that untaps your land should be banned? Stop it. There's nothing should be banned. In fact, one of the ways you can tell a card's probably not very good is if a bunch of people who have never played games with it think it should be banned without having played games with it. Magic players like to make impressive hot takes that are based on not facts and feelings. So don't let your feelings get the better of you. Yeah, have a little bit of temperament. I have another seal away, so we're probably gonna seal this away. We'll wait and see, because if they like draw another creature and attack with both, we'll settle them. So the Frilled Mystic actually takes it to. Why wouldn't they attack there? Oh, they're afraid of Angel of Grace. That makes sense. Like, why wouldn't they attack? They're afraid of another thing flashing in. Makes a lot of sense. I guess I should have sealed this away before. Perfect. That's fine. So now we have the Angel of Grace, and we can kill them. Fun banned in all formats. Hot take. Lots of things in the standard format are really powerful, and that's a good thing, because playing with powerful strategies is fun. I feel like this matchup's probably hard, but I also feel like the way these games are playing out, that we probably have the tools to be successful in them. Is this a matchup where I want all these quenches? I think I want these quenches, but I'm not quite sure looking at this what I want to cut. Honestly, more quench might be better than a Frilled Mystic. Excuse me, especially on the draw. Let's go 3-3 on these and see how it feels. But I call this a control deck. of sorts. It's somewhere between like mid-range and tempo. Mid-range, tempo, control. Like, the line blurs with a lot of... One of the things that makes Magic really interesting is that there aren't always really clearly defined this archetype. This deck is this archetype. A lot of, like, goes in between, basically. This hand looks really good. I'm really happy to have a Quench here instead of a second Frilled Mystic. I'm gonna get rid of that because I really just want to draw my lands naturally. Lands, please. Lands, please. God bless. You explain why/when to play counters and seal away. So, generally speaking, against decks that play to the board, like, put a lot of creatures into play very quickly, you want to be playing copies of seal away rather than your counter spells. Counter spells are exceptionally bad in this matchup, more so than in others, because of the card Rhythm of the Wild, which gives their creatures the ability that says they can't be countered. I think I want a second Canopy over the second Plummet to, like, kill Rhythm of the Wild. Does not seem unreasonable. Hopefully they play another Rhythm here and I just crush it. Alright, so I need to hit a land here. Alright, we tried. If we hit the fourth land there, we probably would have been fine, because, like, Frilled Mystic can trade with Fine Mare. Just how it goes sometimes. I'm gonna switch this in the other direction. This gives me 4 ways to take Rhythm off the table. Still not convinced I want Teferi in my deck. Another card that may or may not end up going by the wayside. I want to play some games with it and, like, get a feel for it. Hopefully we can play against, like, a control deck and see how it does there, but I think Teferi might be a trap. Honestly, I might just want, like, 2 Revitalizes made in those slots. Maybe another threat of some sort. The final version of Mardu aggro. Yeah, if you type !Dex in chat, you'll get a link to my Stream Decker page, and whatever is the last version there. Yeah, I agree. Like, Teferi's not really a 5-mana play in this deck. Teferi is like a turn 7 play, which makes it a lot worse. This hand, however, is great. What about Lyra instead of Teferi over the Angel Synergy? I don't know if I want a tap-out threat. I think there's a chance I might want Lyra in my 75, but I don't think I want her in the main. Go garbage here, it looks like. This is my favorite pass, just like Growth Spiral / Quench. Nope. Hydroid Crisis is a... Hydroid Crisis isn't a flash card, right? It's a sorcery speed card. I don't think so, Coma Cake. Merfolk Trickster could be okay. I had some of those in one of my initial drafts of the archetype, and then I cut them before we played any games. And it might be worth revisiting playing some number of them. The other part of it is, like, Revitalize would be good against aggro, and, like, Revitalize is a card that, like, helps me hit land drops, and as someone who's a big fan of actually casting his spells, like, that's appealing. Why not pay 2 life in case you draw Quench with Growth Spiral? That's kind of narrow, and if I wanted to do that, I would play Hinterland Harbor rather than pay 2 life speculatively. I don't think Raph really helps us. Like, it's not a super impressive card. Just like a 3/3 Flying Flash. I guess it does fly. Maybe it's fine. No, maybe it's fine. What happened in game 3? I missed my 4th land drop and I conceded. We were set up pretty well too, and then we just didn't have a land, so we died. Yeah, like, the question, like, do we want to play Raph is basically like, do we want a 3-3 Flying Flash? Probably not. Yeah, Trickster would help against aggro. So I'm just going to let this resolve. I'm going to Chemister's Insight this turn, and then next turn we'll Settle the Wreckage them. Goodbye, friends. Yeah, that doesn't need to be a timeout. That could be a permanent ban. Good trigger finger there. Yeah, hate speech is a permanent ban in this channel, believe it or not. As it should be in all places of civilized society. Hate speech should lead you to a permanent ban. Zero tolerance for that nonsense. Might make sense to main phase growth balance, switch choice like that, so you know which line to play. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so I have 6 mana up, but I could already Frilled Mystic plus Quench, so let's go ahead and put this into play tap. Hopefully they give me something worth Mysticking, so that way I can start pressuring this Vraska.
Everyone is expendable, except me.
I'm not playing Immortal Sun instead of Teferi. Well, Immortal Sun is like this slow, clunky card that I have to tap out for that really doesn't seem appealing. Am I flashing in Frilled Mystic as just a thing? I think I'm flashing in Frilled Mystic as just a thing. They're gonna have like a removal spell, and then this Vraska's gonna ultimate, and I'm gonna be really sad, but I think I need a 3-2 to start pressuring this. That's a good draw, because now I have 2 pieces of protection here. I have 8 mana up. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep... Infringing on the right to free speech. Yeah, that's not how free speech works. Stole that man's free speech, yep. You know what I love? I love a Quench that's live on turn 7. The old turn 7 counter your spell with Quench. That's the real living right there. God, man. Maybe it'll blizzard, because if there's a blizzard, I won't go to Indy. But like, I'm gonna totally go to Indy if there's not snow next weekend. This deck is just main deck duress. That's pretty hateful. I don't know if I absorb that into myself. Nope. Stop it. I think it's nice too. I agree upon it. Very, very nice. My Frilled Mystics are hungry, and Vraska's on the menu. Head school, so I had to wait to toss my buddy at you. What's going on, Zoptic? Thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Convince me not to play this. Listen, like, hey, look, if you're a Flash addict like I am, there's no helping you. I'm casting the Chemister's Insight now, because if I draw land plus 5 drop. Oh, bestill my heart. Bestill my heart. Mick Stevo with the brand new Prime support. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Welcome back. Any changes I want to make currently? I don't know. I think the Teferis might be bad. I need to play more games to figure out if that's the case. God, that's a big butt. Why is it so large, chat? Why is its booty so huge? That's much larger than my flyers. Please attack me. God bless. God bless us, everyone. I guess they're theoretically winning this race, huh? They don't realize we're coming for them. Thunk. Any decks performed well today? Mardu Aggro was really sweet today. It's probably going to be my deck of the day. I try to avoid picking something to be the same deck being the deck of the day 2 days in a row. So even if the Bant Flash has been great again today too, and I love this deck, but right now I think Mardu Aggro is my pick. Would love this basic forest, so I can cast this Growth Spiral. I'm declining putting that into play, because if I draw a, what's it called? Whatever that thing's called, the Chemister's Insight. I might want another Chemister's Insight. I've kind of missed having 4 of those. That card's really good. Yep, sure. This Angel went to my bin, so like we could even gain 9 off of this, or 8 or whatever. 6 hours and 20 minutes. Every 3 hours like clockwork, the audio decides to turn into Mr. Roboto. Domo moregato, Mr. Roboto. Do 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 do. That's incredibly unfortunate. I don't think that archetype playable, Gomez.
Stand by and watch. Let's skip to the good part.
We were talking about, is Teferi good? I don't know the answer to that question in this deck, but if he, like, this is a spot where he's potentially very, very good, right? Precognitive is not a good card in this deck, Marty. We really don't want to be casting cards on our turn. How many Mystics would this deck play? Probably just 4. This deck would, however, play like 800 Growth Spirals. We have no reason to block here, right? If I block, this could go to their graveyard, then they could find it back. What answers do I have to Carnage in the deck? How many more settles do we have? We only have 1 more settle. I can also, like, double block. Double blocking is a reason. Alright, I might restart here really quick, because it's starting to Roboto again.
We need to move it quickly.
Oh, Teferi. We need to move quickly. Alright, I'm going to finish my turn, and then I'm going to restart. Enjoy the sponsors page. These folks are great. Buy their stuff. These folks are also great. Please buy their stuff. Welcome. Welcome to Magic Arena. Let's pop back in real quick here. Sounds like Tefkarn. Guarantees a quick shill every 3 hours. Yep. Please buy. Please buy.
thank me later.
I don't know, Dovin. It only happens every 3 hours, so I'm like not super worried about it. Why not take the dino? Well, there's 2 reasons not to take the dino. The first is that Seal Away only takes tapped creatures. The second is that the dinosaur has hexproof. So if I do this, I feel like this is the answer to Carnage Tyrant people often forget. Like, you can just block. Blocking is a legal play. So I'm going to take 3 and go to 2 here. And this is going to die. They're going to cast Find to pick back up Carnage Tyrant and something else and the Frilled Mystic it. I'm going to exile this. Seeker Squire, sure. Rude. You have a Vraska's Contempt? Huh. That's a neat card.
Hold that thought. Have I mentioned how much I love Angel of Grace recently? I feel like I haven't mentioned how much I love Angel of Grace recently. This card is great. It's real good. Got him. Got him. Alright, so Seal Away is not great here because they have a bunch of ways to destroy enchantments. Settle the Wreckage is wonderful. This happened last time too. I actually don't have another card I want to board in here. I want to cut both the Seal Aways, but I only have 1 Settle to bring in. I guess I just bring in a negate, right? Yeah, let's bring in a negate. Yeah, I guess I could bring in Canopy. I don't know. I think I'd rather have negate for Reborn. They must not have realized they could concede during the loading screen. Don't mind me. You played nothing but mono red for 6 games. Are you playing best of one? Are you playing best of one? Because aggro decks are super popular in best of one. Geoff, our Goblin Lord return. I don't actually know where Geoff is right now. We might have left his body at the old house. Geoff might be at the old house. So this hand's like really mediocre on the draw, but I'm not going to go to 5. So hopefully they're playing a control deck.
I'm gonna bottom that, looking for a Quench, a Growth Spiral, Seal Away, something to like play to the board quickly. Perfect. Perfect. Delicious. Going up to 4 copies of this card was very correct, but super pleased with that. Mana weak, still good enough. Oh gosh, and they're but still my heart. Oh, it's a flutter, chat. It's a flutter. I don't even know what to do with myself. It's just so beautiful. Will the addition of best of 3 ranked influence your decision on whether or not to concede in the future? Only if there's meaningful prizes. So the first ladder season is just another test ladder season, so like we'll still be conceding at the same record rates. Nom 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 nom. One little, 2 little, 3 little counters, 4 little, 4 little, 4 little counters, 4 little, 4 little, 4 little counters, making my control opponent miserable. Do 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 do. Beep 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 beep. They did miss a land drop. Yep. So, this is my favorite lesson to teach new Magic players. If my opponent misses another land drop, they'll have to move to hand size. So I am just not playing anything. We're just not blinking because every time my opponent discards to hand size, I am gaining what is referred to as virtual card advantage. My opponent is down a card and I didn't have to spend a card to make it happen. I am going to go ahead and opt for a land here though. And if they try and counter this, I'm going to Frilled Mystic. So we are now up 2 cards because our opponents had to discard. And at some point they're gonna blink and we're gonna have a bunch of counter spells. It's gonna be wonderful. Just wonderful, chat. Just wonderful. So this turn, we kind of want them to hit a land this turn so I can play Frilled Mystic and not feel bad about it. Because now I want to make sure the same thing doesn't happen to me. If I miss a land drop next turn, I'd have to discard to hand size. So even though this card could get more value in the future, playing it out here is good because it denies my opponent the same virtual card advantage we've been gaining so far this game. And now they shocked that in. So they're going to play Chemister's Insight. I'm going to Frilled Mystic the crap out of them. Get out of my house. Trigger. We do get punished here if they have Deafening Clarion followed by a Spell Pierce, but that's pretty narrow, and I'm willing to play into that. Don't you want them to draw cards, though, or force them to discard? Not necessarily. I want to make sure they stay stalled on lands. Every turn they stay stalled on lands is a win for me. There's a very, very large Ambush Viper. You are not wrong. I currently have... I'm going to shock this in because it lets me play double Quench plus Frilled Mystic. How do we beat Niv? By killing them before it happens or by tempoing it out. Post board, we get to board in a bunch of ways to take Niv off the table. We've actually beaten Niv in game 1s multiple times. You should watch the matches that we played yesterday if you didn't. That is just delicious. It is just truly, truly wonderful. Bant Flash I enjoy much, much more than Bant Fog. Oh no, chat. Somebody just let me know via direct message that every time I sing, they close the stream and move to a different one. Bye, Felicia. Drew, thank you for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Song, please. It's gotta feel natural. I just don't have songs off the cuff now. Come on. That was really clean in and out, right? I cut 3 settles, 2 sealaways, and brought in 3 negates, 2 crushing canopies. I probably want the Ixalan's bindings too, though, right? What do I want to cut here? And Baby Shark do 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 do. No, I want all my threats. We want all 4 of these. I don't know if I want Plummet too. I feel like I only want 4 of these until I see they have Niv Mizzets. Oh, I need Carnage Tyrant too. I'm super. We need to focus. We need to focus, chat. We need to focus. Focus. Do I trim? I think I trimmed some number of quenches. What did I cut yesterday? How much work does Angel do in this matchup? I guess that's fair. Angel flashes in and kills Teferi, which is nice. You want to cut Teferi in the control mirror? Stop it. This is one of the matches where he's supposed to be good. No, I think one of the reasons why I really like Crushing Canopy in this deck, especially in this matchup, is, oh, cutting Ops a good idea. I like that idea, Jensen. I'm going to leave in some more threat density and cut the Ops. That's what I'll do if we get another game. Zan's great. Jeff, my 3-year-old daughter started giggling when she heard you sing Baby Shark. That's a great, Crimson. Her +1 is going to whiff an absurd amount in this deck. There are 10 creatures in our deck, and I'd encourage you to learn how to use the hypergeometric distribution and take a look at just how low it's going to be. What do you think's the best deck so far? Green-black mid-range. You want the cold hard facts? Green-black mid-range is the best deck. It was the best deck last season. It's probably going to be the best deck still. Hey, Crone Ectonomy, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't think I need to shock here. Worth noting, I don't have double green lined up, so I'm not going to have Frilled Mystic up next turn. Elf Magic with the brand new Prime support. Thank you. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. So, Vel Chemisters, Will Chemisters. I've not tried Azcant in this deck. However, this deck does not have any threats that are non-creatures, so Azcanta leaves a bit to be desired. Angry Land with the 5-month resub. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the awesome support. They have Syncopate here. I'm a little bit sad. Sure. It's annoying, but not the end of the world. They did miss a land drop again here. Does shocking mean they have Absorb? Quite possibly. That's a good read. It's weird that they shocked and then didn't have... This is awkward. So what am I bidding here? Nothing? I'm bidding nothing. Let's do this. You didn't miss a whole lot, Despires. That standard format was like one of the last good standard formats we had, and Magic had like a stinky couple of years, but this current standard format is just absurd amazing. It's very, very good. So I can Chemisters, ditch Quench probably, and then Growth Spiral. Legion, War Boss. Alright, well let's Frilled Mystic the crap out of that one. Feels pretty good. Attack with this. Do I just jam Carnage T? If they have double absorb up, I'm just gonna pass. At what point will we have a donation queue to have you sing certain songs? It's going on, Full Metal. If they have a Niv here, I'm gonna be upset that I didn't jam the Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, that's unfortunate for me. I'm gonna gain 3. For those of you that are taking notes, professionalism is key. Professionalism is key. Kinda sad that I burned the absorb for 3 points of health, but at the same time, it's like, you know. So they're going to Teferi, tuck the binding. I'll Chemister's Insight, redraw the binding, binding the Niv again, Frilled Mystic the Teferi. Right, because Ixalan's binding is 2 down here. Need a parody album? Yeah, you type exclamation point deck Q in chat or go to bit.ly/deck Q. I mean, they could have another Teferi, right? Like, they're in 20 cards. Okay. Do 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 do. Bye, Felicia. I assume they have a counterspell here. If they have a counterspell, they do get to kill my Frilled Mystic. Revitalize, sure, that does it too. And then they're at 10, and they just burned a Cleansing Nova, so I think it's time to just jam a big dumb dino. Salty bits for salty songs. Thank you, extras. We've hit the point of the game where Quench doesn't really do anything, which is unfortunate, but, you know, Mana Weak does that. They have this is an interesting game, right? Because, like, they have their trump card in Niv, we have our trump card in Carnage Tyrant, and we both have, like, a small number of ways to interact with it, but not a ton. Sure, I think this is a good exchange for me. Yep. Okay. Whoa, I did just have a bandwidth spike there. Yeah. Are we gonna level out? That's weird. Too many bit emojis. Yeah, sorry, that was definitely on my end. I think it's leveled out. Do I just play this? Do I play this? I think so. They definitely have more counter spells than removal spells in their deck right now. And like, we could get hit by a removal spell, but I think it's right to just jam here. The Angel of Glory's alt text might actually win us this game. So I have 6, 10. This is my 11th mana. New standard, time for best time. Thanks by Basil Bex. Thank you, Will Stipe, for food. I appreciate it. Welcome back. So, if they attack with everything, I can Frilled Mystic plus Angel of Grace. So, this is only, they're only attacking for 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to 1, right? Right? This only puts me to 1. I like flash this in and kill them. They need to have removal spell plus counter spell, and they need to be Quench. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we annihilate? Jeskai! Jeskai! Do. Say hello to my little friend. Hey, Jasukaz. Definition of a tryhard stream. Coming back every month to manually give you my fake money instead of just automatically renewing. Thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate it. Yep. Well, they had double counter spell, and I am 1 land off of being able to exile this, so yikes. Alright, guess there's a game 3. Them's the beats. Yep, they have 3 up here, so Quench is not live. Well, I hope that's not going to be a normal thing. I wonder if my fiber is having issues or if Twitch is having issues. Should have flashed it and blocked. The same thing happens if I flash it and block. Remove ops. Do I want to remove the ops? I think I want the extra Angel of Grace. Yeah, I definitely want to cut at least 1 opt. I don't know that I want more Quenches. Do we board back and settle? I don't think so. No, it wasn't just, my actual OBS connection had an issue, so some kind of bandwidth issue on my end. Fluctuated and dropped there for like 2 seconds, like choked, and then it choked again. Yeah, they had double ionize. I was gonna untap and kill them, but they had double ionize. Yeah, green-black midrange was the best deck last season, and it's likely still the best deck. It seems great. Turn 4 Teferi, turn 5 Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, I think I took the right line there. And if you, I'm sorry the internet choked. If you want to see exactly what happened, it'll be up on YouTube later. Sorry about that. Hopefully my actual my actual YouTube recording actually might have an issue. I hope not. We'll see. Fantastic. Hopefully they tap out for like search for Escante here. So, because I have my 6 land lined up, I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. And then I'll play Carnage Tyrant. And then eventually they're going to have to tap out to deal with Carnage Tyrant. And then Teferi will stick after that. There's no reason to play Teferi into a counterspell. So they like have Cleansing Nova here, which they might. Lyra, okay. And like now, I just well, we have the 7th land in the negate, so I get to do this. Tuck your Lyra, hit you for 7.
You show remorse. Let's take it back.
If they have Goblin, whatever his name is, we could be in trouble. Please Cleansing Nova me.
Let's skip to the good part. I can no longer stand by and
Alright, take 2.
not so fast.
Because I want to kill them. If I let them block with Lyra, they're likely to live. I have negate plus quench, so hopefully this Carnage Tyrant will be great. That doesn't keep them alive, right? Oh, it does. It does keep them alive, and it kills Teferi. So I'll have Angel of Grace plus negate here next turn. Alright, so Lyra doesn't save them because I have Angel of Grace. They need to beat Carnage Tyrant through the negate, and then they need to beat Angel of Grace as well. Yes, Lyra, then Niv. The tempo from Teferi was really important this game. It's worth noting. I paid 2 for the land, so I could negate through a Syncopate for 1. So they're dead, right? If they block here... If they block here, they first strike up to 6, and then they take 6 trample even if they block here, so we have them exactly dead. Hey, Gordois, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support there. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Exactly 0. Used every bit of the buffalo there. Love me, Tiny Edges wins. That felt really good. I'm a new Magic player, and I hear a lot of people say that the standard is really good. Mind explaining why? Yeah, the standard format has a great balance between the answers and the threats that you're able to play. So basically, while there's a ton of powerful, unique strategies that exist in the format, creating a lot of variety in the gameplay patterns, there isn't anything that doesn't have answers to it if you're willing to build your deck properly. So the format is varied because the answer threat balance is really good. Bant Flash. So that was, I played for this for almost 2 hours. We're gonna move along to Red Green Monster and then wrap up with Sultai Pod here. Bant Flash. This is my favorite deck in the format. I think the games we played today convinced me that I want to Teferi. I'm gonna keep him in the deck, and we're gonna keep playing games. I'm not 100% sure if Teferi is worth it, but the games we played there seemed reasonable. The sideboard is still definitely a work in progress. I think I like the idea of 2 Crushing Canopy, the flexibility to destroy enchantments, like having 4 ways to kill Rhythm against Gruul seems really important. I could even see going up a Carnage Tyrant. That card's real good. Really good in the control matchup. Yeah, I agree, Shadow. If the new non-rotating format takes after the standard form, it's going to be real, real good. We haven't played against Mono Red, so I just don't know is the answer. I've got a couple of Revitalizes in here to hopefully help that matchup, but we haven't played against it. There aren't a ton of people that play Mono Red in the best of 3 queue because Mono Red tends to be worse in best of 3. Golgari tends to stomp on it. If you want to see more of this deck and you didn't catch my stream yesterday, jeffhoagland.com or twitch.tv or youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. Basically, all the matches I stream get archived to those places, and you can find just the decks that you care about. We tried March of the Multitude yesterday, and it was kind of unimpressive.